Hello, everyone. I am the Sports Wiz 101, and today I'll be giving you my predictions for week 2 of the NFL season. So I'll be predicting all these games set to take place in week 2. We'll save the primetime games for last. So we will start with the Patriots and the Steelers set to take place this Sunday at noon. Interesting game that I think comes down to how much TJ Watt affects that Steeler defense. You see, what I took from the Steelers' win over the Bengals this past Sunday was that this Steelers defense is very opportunistic. They will force you into a lot of turnovers. The question is, will they keep being that opportunistic, even without their top player, TJ Watt, for this game? Here, I think they do. They'll beat the Patriots to go to 2-0. Next up, it's the Colts and the Jaguars, set to take place in Jacksonville. And I know the Colts, they just have not fared well in Jacksonville as of late. They have not beaten the Jaguars in Jacksonville since 2014. However, I think that streak comes to an end here, and they earn the win in Jacksonville for the first time since 2014. Jets-Browns, I think with how I was thinking about the Browns going into the season, that I basically underrated the Cleveland Browns. And here I think they earn the win over the Jets. They go to 2-0 going into a Thursday night matchup with the Steelers. Dolphins and Ravens set to take place in Baltimore. I'll take the Ravens. I think their defense will shut down Tua, Tyreek, and company. So give me Baltimore there. Texans, Broncos set to take place in Denver. The Broncos coming off of a very disappointing Monday night loss in Seattle. And here I think Russell Wilson earns his first win as the quarterback of the Denver Broncos, as Denver runs away with this from the beginning and never looks back. The Broncos get the win over the Houston Texans. Now looking at the interconference matchups, the Cardinals taking on the Raiders. The Cardinals have been very injured as of late. The Raiders, quite simply, have not. I think those injuries will lead to a Raider win. I also think that Vegas probably right now has the better offense. So those two factors leads to the Raiders winning this one. Bengals, Cowboys. What can I say about the Cowboys? Well, quite simply, they're in trouble. I mean, last Sunday, they did not look that good. Granted, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but still, they did not look the part of a team, one of the better teams in the NFC. And what's more, they lost their starting quarterback. Meanwhile, Cincinnati, I think this is a bounce back spot for the Bengals after running into what I believe was a very opportunistic Steelers defense. And so here, I'm going to pick the Bengals to earn the win over the Cowboys. And in fact, it is my lock of the week as the Bengals beat Cooper Rush and the Cowboys in Jerry World. On to the NFC, Buccaneers and Saints to take place in New Orleans. This is my upset of the week. I'm going with the Saints to beat the Buccaneers. I just think head coach Dennis Allen has Tom Brady's number. He knows how to get pressure on Brady, and if you're able to get constant pressure on Brady, you're probably going to beat him. So here I think the Saints beat the Buccaneers to go to 2-0 in that NFC South. Panthers, Giants. The Giants are another team that I think I underrated coming into the season. The Panthers, I did not think were that good week 1. And so here I think the Giants get the win over Carolina. Commanders and Lions. By the way of Vegas, they're putting this down as an upset. I'm not. I'm taking the Commanders. Vegas would say that the Lions are favored in this one. But I'm still a bit of a fan of Carson Wentz in that I think he should be able to make the kinds of plays the Commanders will need in order to win in Detroit on Sunday. Falcons and Rams set to take place in LA. This is a bounce back spot for the Rams. I expect them to win in blowout fashion over the Atlanta Falcons. Seahawks 49ers set to take place in Santa Clara. And I think the Seahawks come back to earth some, while the 49ers show more the team that we expect them to be. I'm taking the 49ers during their first win of the season. Now to the primetime games, starting with the AFC, the Chiefs and the Chargers in Kansas City, Thursday Night Football. And this is a huge game. It's the defending 6-time AFC West champions taking on the team that is probably the biggest threat to Kansas City's aspirations of repeating for a 7th time. Both these teams with decent injuries. The Chiefs going without their kicker Harrison Butker. They went out and signed a new kicker, Matt Amendola. Meanwhile, the Chargers are going to be without their top wide receiver Keenan Allen. There's questions about whether or not the Chargers will also have J.C. Jackson in there. But I think those two injuries, coupled with the fact that this is in Arrowhead for primetime football, I'm taking the Chiefs for a huge victory, a huge one-score victory over the Los Angeles Chargers. Looking at Monday Night Football, Titans-Bills. This has been a matchup that recently the Titans have dominated. But I think that domination ends this year. I'm going to go with the Bills to earn the win over the Tennessee Titans. Quite simply because, like I predicted in the preseason, the Titans' offense is in for a decline even with Derrick Henry. But yeah, I'm taking the Bills over the Titans for this Monday Night Football matchup. Now looking at the NFC games, Bears, Packers, both of these teams coming off of interesting results. The Bears getting a win at home over the 49ers. The Packers losing on the road to the Vikings. Here, I think these teams kind of switch places, so to speak. I'm taking the Packers. I think they send a message that they still own the Bears. Specifically, Aaron Rodgers still owns the Bears. And that will allow Green Bay to earn the win over the Bears. Then Monday Night Football, aside from the Thursday night game between the Chargers and Chiefs, this might be the game I'm looking forward to the most in this week. Two teams I think are playoff teams. They're at worst wild card teams. And here I think the better offense wins this game. And I think that better offense currently belongs to Minnesota. I expect Justin Jefferson to have himself another outstanding performance. And that will allow the Vikings to go into Philadelphia and beat what a lot of people seem to think is one of the most talented teams in this conference. But yeah, I'm taking the Vikings to get the win over the Eagles. And there you go. There's my picks for week number 2 of the NFL season. Now, if you like this, please like and subscribe for more to come in the coming weeks. I've been the Sports Wiz 101, and I will see you all later.